All right, so here we are. We are doing Orcs Must Die 3. This is the close quarters map, and we are going for 5 skulls on Rift Lord difficulty. This level's kind of a pain in the neck. At least it was for me. I was definitely happy when I got things solved, when I got it figured out, and I'd love to share my techniques with all of you to see if it well, if it helps you too. So with this level, we've got 2 entrances, of course. You guys already know the details. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you're stumped. So on wave 1, our enemies come out of here, as we can see. On wave 2, our enemies come out of the door over here. And what we need to do to kind of speed this up, to gain some money, and to make sure that we can hit all 5 skulls, including that time skull, we need to make sure that we're doing the first wave basically right here. Then we sell everything, and then we jump over to the other door, build our little kill box there, kill everything right at that door. And once we've done waves 1 and 2 kind of at their respective doors, then what we're going to do is head over here to kind of build our main kill trap once both doors are opened and once we've got orcs kind of coming out of everywhere, right? So for doors 1 and 2, basically the idea is, a couple of barricades just to kind of close things off a little bit. We'll do kind of a typical thing, get some grinders in there. When I get a little bit more money, I'll also go ahead and put in a tar trap or so, and possibly, depending, probably not on wave 1, but maybe a scorcher as well. So that should be pretty easy. Again, from there, what we'll do is jump over here to door 2, do the same thing. Now, when we get over to wave 3 and beyond, and we're doing kind of our main kill box, the first thing we want to do is limit this down to 1 staircase, since we do have orcs that will be coming out of both of those hallways. The idea is, basically just kind of close that off like this. And then this will become a funnel for that first door. Orcs will come through here. I'll add a few grinders, maybe a few scorchers, a couple things like that, some tar, the usual stuff. I need to sell a few things, obviously, so that I can kind of demonstrate the rest of what I'm going to do. But, assuming that we're at this barricade right here, the next step will be to continue our funnel this way. That way, door number 1 links up with door number 2, and then everything will sort of funnel through this final area right here. In fact, what I might do is push the barricade just sort of 1 further, so it's really about as far out as I can get it without causing, weird pathing issues and stuff like that. So we can see the loadout that I have. I like using the Wand of Domination. The charge is great. If things get bad, I can, do my secondary click to mind control one of them. That's definitely helpful with some of the heavier units in there. I love the freeze trap. I think that's also useful for crowd control. Plus, it does a little bit of damage. Since I'm using the freeze trap a lot, I also like using the mana potion trinket thingy to replenish my mana, especially during times where things get a little bit dicey. Barricades, obviously, the grinders, talked about floor traps, lasers in this area. I'll probably throw in a couple of them, right up here, just to kind of help a bit on that front, maybe a few right there as well. The other thing I'm going to do is throw in some ballistas in this little neck of the woods, partially to help with the kill trap or the kill zone right here. Also, because door number 2 opens up right here, any ballistas I put in this space are going to be plugging away at enemies that are running out of the door to kind of link up in the main space. So they kind of serve double duty there. So I'll get a little bit of use out of them. If I get a good amount of money towards the end, I might also throw in a couple of ballista in this area. But we should have a pretty decent setup. The last thing I have going on is the Rift Scroll. If things do get dicey and I have a bunch of stuff running up towards my Rift, I can just pop that real quick to make sure that those particular enemies, don't count against my score, so we can get that 5-star or 5 skull. Let's see what else. The only other thing that's kind of worth noting is this level does have the Sapper Kobolds in it. You're going to run up and obviously break your barricades, and since this whole map is, well, sort of based on it, what I usually will do, I forget exactly which round it's on, but around round 3, maybe 4, I'm going to throw in a couple of barricades, maybe like one here, and I'll probably throw in a little barricade over there, or maybe kind of closer to the starting point, simply so that when those kobolds come out, just based on how their AI is set up, they're going to target the first barricade that they see. So, the ones coming out of door number 1 will run in and blow up on that one. The ones running out of door number 2 will blow up this one, or wherever I end up putting it. And it'll be important to kind of keep your eyes peeled for, when those kobolds come out, and when those barricades go down, so that you can replace them, so that on the next wave, if more of the Sapper Kobolds come out, you have what you need to avoid them blowing up your kill trap, right? So that's pretty much all of the explanation, at least that I can think of. I'm sure there'll be some other stuff that pops up. Let's go ahead and set up our first kill box right here for round number 1. And let's get things going.
Enemies are preparing to breach one of our gates.
Cool story, Vegeta. I love how that Kobold's not coming out, or Knoll isn't coming out. Where's your head? There you go. So far, so good. I'll throw down a little bit of tar right there. Watch out for those archers. And the important thing is to make sure that we stay right next to the entrance so that when it's time to end the round and sell our stuff, we don't have to waste valuable time just getting to where we can see it and sell it. Alright. Lost a little bit of health, but pretty easy going overall. And we'll just jump over here and do the same thing. Maybe also a couple of those guys also. And we'll throw in a flame or two.
I have read about these. Earth Lord, I think?
Correct. And when you kill him, he will break apart into smaller, faster units again and again.
Don't even have to worry about the little Cobalt runners. Take care of some of these dudes, but obviously we don't want to get too far away. Oh, well, maybe I am going to get kind of far away. We'll see. Good news is there's a shortcut over there. Sorry, Mr. Knoll. All right. Looks like we're under control again. Hopefully. Just the last little chunk of dudes. Drink that mana pot. Keep everything where I want it. Chop all this stuff down. And sell, sell, sell. Right? Cool. So now that we've got that set up, our next goal is to create the ultimate kill box for this map. So we're going to start off like that. We're going to throw in our 2 grinders, couple of these. Get one of those dudes going on. A couple of lasers. And that should be enough for us to kind of start building and going. I'm going to keep a listen out for any Cobalt Sappers, just in case I need to drop a barricade or 2. Try to get these guys whittled down as much as possible. Now, the other nice thing about once we get to this point in the match, if you do run low on health, you can kind of just back up, you can snipe them, get your health back, and then just come back in and keep going. And of course, we've got our archers that like to mess up our barricades a little bit, but not too bad. Oh. What are you doing, buddy? There we go. Back in control. Watch this guy. Watch that dude. And we'll make sure this guy doesn't cause us any grief. Probably a good time to get another grinder in there. Alright, and that's probably going to be one of our hardest levels, just because of a lack of initial resources there. So we'll go a couple in, Get a grinder, get some tar. You know, the usual. So now we're more fortified, although I think this is a level with Cobalt Sappers, and maybe I spent too much money there. We'll find out. Mess you up a little bit. Just keeping a listen out.
Try and try and try. This is still very pleasing. That's right. I'm back. He's not the boss anymore. Just your basic orc killing.
Alright, easy peasy. So now, let's get a barricade there, and a barricade there for those sappers. And what do we want to do? Maybe... I think maybe some more ballistas up in this neck of the woods. There. Yeah, why not? Let's get the last one. So now we should be nice and secure at this point in time. We'll build this out a little bit further in the future, get some more grinders there. Scorchers, maybe put a few up there. I don't know if they'll reach or not.
Have you missed me? And after all these years, I'm going to need some healing. Soon.
Gotta love the close portal.
5 times bigger and die 5 times harder.
They're attacking a barricade.
Ugh, missed.
It is my pleasure. Just as exhilarating as ever.
Archers are just super annoying.
Fantastic.
The barricade is under attack.
Recognize him. Who's the boss now? When you plan, things do work out. Much
All right.
better than I anticipated.
Not too shabby. Let's go ahead.
More enemies on the way.
It's like decorations that kill.
There we go. I know I said I was going to do more barricades and tar first, but that seemed useful. Plus, those further ballistas should be able to hit guys coming out of door number 1. And we got the first of our sappers.
They've destroyed a barricade.
So they destroyed the barricade over there. No big deal. That's why we built it. That one's still up. And as soon as I get enough money for a new barricade, I will just rebuild it. And time to heal. Well, that's a lot of gnolls.
And after all these years,
Close.
the big ones do die hard.
The barricade is under
He's
attack.
not the boss anymore. Excuse me. You
And let's get that guy replaced as well. Let's see.
Enemies on the way.
They've never gotten this far, but let's go ahead and just sort of fill out the last of our grinder trap. More sappers.
The barricade is down.
Oh, my barricade. Let's see if I can get these guys before they get to me. Oh. If I could hit their head, which clearly my aim is excellent. I love how he's frozen and he turns.
they don't seem more intimidating.
Let's get that barricade up again before we forget.
Who's the boss now?
More kobolds.
The barricade is under attack. We've destroyed a barricade.
Alright. Once more. Wasn't that one. It was the one on the other side. I'll get that in a second. Alright, we're going to add a barricade right there. It's not as far away as I was hoped, but it's still the closest one that they'll encounter. And this is that final kind of push. We should be okay, as long as nothing happens unexpectedly.
This is still very pleasing. He's not the boss and everything is working perfectly.
Try to get these guys down as quick as we can.
5 times bigger and dies 5 times harder.
Nice thing is those ballistas really do a number on the big guys. The grinders obviously take care of the small ones just fine. And there we go. 5 stars. We got the dance. Dab. Let's just double check. Boom, there it is. So hopefully that's helpful. Let's see what our time was on that guy. So our par was 13:30. We did it in 12:48, so had a little bit of wiggle room in there. Everything was fine. And yeah, hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully it lets you all kind of hit that Rift Lord achievement, that valedictorian, whatever else. And yeah, so with that, I will catch you all on the next video. Cheers.